Yeah, so good day traders. Hope you had a great trading day. This video is just to explain this my USDCHF trade, because I've been getting lots of DMs lately asking why I was bullish, why did I buy. So after taking some frustrating trades, like this XAUUSD, because I sold gold. Yeah, I sold gold here, and my take profit was, I think I was expecting yeah, also my take profit was that the market gave me about 11 RR. I got about 11 RR here, then it reversed to SL. Same thing on Euro USD, close to TP, reversed to SL. I think I also had USDCHF, but I didn't execute this trade. I did not take this trade, but I'm not here to explain this. I'm just coming here to explain my USDCHF. Now, you already know I do my bias from the higher time frame. That's the daily time frame or the 4-hour. Looking at the daily time frame, you can clearly see that USDCHF is bearish. As you can see. Now coming to this part, I think on the 4-hour, on the 4-hour time frame, you can see this series of lower high and lower low, lower high and lower low, lower high. Market respect the breaker block from here, use it to sell. The market came back up, respect this other block, use it to sell. Then it's kind of broke structure here, but not with a full body. It sold from here to here, but not with a full body candle. You understand? Let me just clear all this. So when I saw this break, I knew that market was going to react from here. From here you can see that, though after you already know that from lower high, lower high, what next? Lower low. Then you expect price to pull back up to tap into a POI on the higher time frame here. Then you use your confirmation entry on lower time frame to sell and break structure. To sell and break this structure. That was the previous low that we expect markets to break now. So after breaking this low, I was expecting a correctional move. That's the buy, a correctional buy, because in a trending market we have two main moves: the impulse move, which is the main move, and the correctional move, which is the opposite. Main move, impulse, then correctional move. Impulse move, then another correctional move. Now when the market already gave us the impulsive move now and broke structure, what do we expect? A correctional buy, right? Now for you to take that correctional buy, you don't just take it at random places. You wait at higher time frame POIs, and that is where you want to take your correctional buy from. Now on this time frame, I saw this sweep here, then this break. Now before the break, markets pulled back. Before the break, some kind of internal liquidity inducement area. Then using this as the other block in that zone. So when market came inside the other block, tapped on it, I went down to lower time frame for confirmation for this trade. Now this is market in the zone. You already saw my higher time frame buyers. You saw the market structure there. The market structure is overall bearish. Now on the higher time frame, but that doesn't mean we can't catch buys and the sells as well. you can take the buys and also take the sales. I think I took the sell. I took the sell from, I think, around here, around this area, because I knew that market was reacting from this other block. Then I took the confirmation entry and sold it down to, I think, here. I think I got out here, sha. But that's not what I'm here for, because everybody has been saying USDCHF is bearish, is bearish. Why did I buy? They were even dragging me that I cannot eat take profit, but I eat TP. Now you already see the buyers and you already see why I was bullish. It was a correctional buy. Now when price goes into that POI, I went to the lower time frame. Now this is me in the lower time frame, 15 minutes time frame, because it's clear. What do you expect on the lower time frame? On a previous downtrend, because this is the lower time frame, the higher time frame POI. This is the higher time frame POI now. Now we are looking at lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is how markets on the lower time frame we enter the higher time frame POI. Do you get this now? On the higher time frame, on the lower time frame, sorry, this POI now is from the higher time frame. But on the lower time frame, when you come down there, this is what you look at, because it's going to be clear. But on the higher time frame, you can just see just one candle that will print all of this. All this move, it will be printed by just one or maybe two candles. But on the lower time frame, it will be in a trend. That's the lower time frame trend, which is the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now for you to confirm that bias is going to change, which is on the change of character, as you all know, or market structure shifts. Other people call it change of character, some people call it market structure shift, some call it change in state of delivery, CISD. So no matter what they call it, it's just they're just giving it names. Just know it's one thing: change of character, or market structure shift, or CISD, change in state of delivery, anyone you want. So when I spot this price, we expect price to break out like this. We expect price to break out, then we note our market structure shift here. Our market structure shift, MSS. Market structure shift there. After the market structure shift, we expect a pullback, which will serve as the inducement. Then we expect price to come where? To the closest POI, which is the other block. Maybe another block is here. This is the other block in this area now. Let's take this higher time frame POI to this place. So this is how we want to trade it. This is how we want to trade the correctional move. No matter any move, you must always wait for confirmation. No confirmation, no trade. No confirmation, no entry. So on the lower time frame, 15 minutes, I saw this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This lower low failed to swing, so this is not the main low. So when price broke out of this, though it already gave the market structure shifts, but there are some people that they will mark this as the main market structure shift. Meanwhile, that's wrong. This right here is the main structure shift here. That eye there is the main structure shift. Why did I say that? Look at this. This is the downtrend. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This low failed to break, like this lower high now failed to break this lower low. It came here. The market now pull back here. Will you say that this is your market structure shifts? This can't be your market structure shift, because if this is your market structure shifts now that you have confirmed structure shift, you saw your inducement here now. Then price did this. You will be expecting price to come and maybe tap on this breaker block or this other block just to be safe. But no matter what you want to use, either the breaker or the other block, you will eventually get stopped out, because market is still going to break this structure. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? Because look at this now. This is clearly a downtrend. It just gave an engineered liquidity for sales, not buy. This is an engineered liquidity up here. The market clear it here. You have confirmed inducement. You have marked your setup. You have placed your buy limit. Meanwhile, you are supposed to place sell limit here. Engineered liquidity was given. Engineered liquidity. The market cleared the engineered liquidity and tap into this order block for sales. Then broke structure. You will not be confused that what happened there, what happened there. That is not your main. This eye here is not your main because MSS. This can be your main structure shift. You get now? This can be your main structure shift. This is supposed to be your structure shift. If this eye gets taken out, then yes, that is your structure shift. So because this same one candle now broke this eye, and broke, I think, about 3 or 4 eyes here. About 3 to 4. This one. So this eye broke about 4 eyes on this trade, on this market. So what I expect now is a pullback, which is the inducement. And this was the pullback, the first valid pullback. A pullback is only valid when it breaks structure, but not all pullbacks break structure. But I'm not talking about that today. Now let me clear this eye and this, because I'm not interested. This is what I'm interested on, because that was the last swing eye that gave break of structure. This eye broke this structure. It broke this structure if you look at it, but this eye did not break this structure. Can you see it? So that's why I'm disregarding this eye. So this is my main MSS. So after the MSS, market gave me the first pullback, which will serve as what? The inducement. The inducement. So after getting my inducement, I will look down below for what? A possible next, like the nearest POI, which is this breaker block here. This breaker. And that was where I took my trade from. I don't know, price mitigated this breaker as well, but I don't know why. But ideally, this is the POI to use on this trade. So I took my setup from here. I think my SL was about 40 pips. Yeah. Then my take profit was this eye. Though you can target this eye, but I was targeting this eye. I think about 9 RR trade. Yes, this was it. My reason for targeting that eye was because if you look at this 4-hour time frame here, I'm very sure that I already talked about this. I think I'll have to clear. Oh no, let me open another USDCHF for you to see that clearly. This is FXCM. FXCM not directly. Rwanda. Let's check Rwanda. I think I can manage. Now look at this. This is the swing eye, swing low, swing eye, swing low. It broke this structure. This swing eye did not break this structure, so I knew this eye is also a liquidity for this guy. Do you get this now? Once you know your swing points, you will know what you're doing. So I knew that this eye, price will not stop at this eye, because its price is going to break it. Price is eventually going to break this. This one will serve as liquidity for this. To serve as liquidity for this POI, for that other block there, if any sell is going to come. Do you get? So that was why I used that eye as my take profit on this trade. Do you get me now? That was just the main reason why I used this eye for my take profits on this trade. Though I was supposed to use this one if we're looking at, okay, for a uptrend now, what do I expect? Higher high. So I'm expecting price to break this structure, but I knew that price is going to break this structure and even break this. Do you get now? So that was how I got this trade on USDCHF. Now, what I'm expecting next, though I'm done with the buys, I'm also sitting like I'm not currently on any trade now, but what I expect next, I'll be looking out for this on USDCHF. If I should clear this, all of this now. Overall, you already know that USDCHF is bearish. Now, after, if you just look at this with me, observe. From here now, price use this other block to sell, break of structure, inducement to sell, right? Now, I think okay on the 4 hour, because that 4 hour was very, very clear. That's the main time frames that I use. Now, if you look at the 4 hour also, you'll see this break of structure, inducement, and POI, or the breaker block. Very clear. Then next, price use this breaker block, this break of structure in, I think, an engineered liquidity here, but let's skip that. Then here, price use this breaker to sell. Now, what I expect for this for USDCHF next, if you look at the daily time frame, this is a breaker block. This guy here is a breaker block here. Now, after looking at this as a breaker block, let me just use these two just to mark. So after looking at this as a breaker block, what do I expect? What do I expect next? You go down to a lower time frame. That MSS should come. Now, if you look at, let me just mark this outside. So starting from this low now, higher high, higher low, then this higher high, higher low, then this higher high, higher low. This next high, this one did not really break that structure. Did not really break it, so it broke this low. No MSS yet, no setup. It's until it break this low, that's when I can mark my what? MSS. So if price respects this zone, it break this zone, then I'll mark that as my what? MSS. And I'll be looking for inducement and POI. Inducement and POI to sell down to, if you look at the daily time frame, for a downtrend, what do you expect? It has given you lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You already see that it has broken structure with a full body candle, so it has given you that lower low. Now it's giving us a lower high around here, which we don't know yet. Even if it's going to hold, we don't know yet, because if it doesn't hold, then we look at this other block here. If that also doesn't hold, we look at this breaker. So we don't know where the lower high is going to come from. So that's why I say confirmation entry should be used on this zone. So, but once you get the confirmation entry in any of these 1, 2, 3 and the other block here, 4 zones, you trade it, you sell USDCHF down to here. You sell. This should be your main target. So on the lower time frame now, when you get the MSS, here, let me just take a look at 30 minutes, what 30 minutes is doing. Okay, 30 minutes says a whole different thing. This is a previous uptrend. Okay, yeah, it broke structure. Then this one did not break structure. Then price has broken 1 and 2. Okay, this is the MSS. This low is the MSS now. This low is my MSS. So price has given us the main MSS. So this is not the main MSS, because this one did not break that high. This high here, that low did not break the high, so that is not our MSS. This low this low is our MSS, so I'll be expecting a pullback. That's the inducement, then the POI closest to it. So if this should end up being my POI, sorry, if this should end up being my POI after marking my inducement, then I'll be taking my trade. Let's sell slightly below or slightly above. Then I already marked the nearest drawn liquidity, which is this high and that low there. So this is how I'm going to be entering USDCHF, and you can just maybe say you want to target, you want to clear this trend line liquidity. Say you are targeting here, but I'm riding it with one single position, one single sell. So if this should be my POI, if this should end up being my POI after marking the inducement, then I'll take it from here. And if that's not my POI, I'll come to use this other block. I sell slightly above target here. So that is that. So that's my expectation on USDCHF. You guys already understand how I got this buy, how I bought with USDCHF from this breaker. You already understand that, and why my take profit was here. You already know. So, and also don't let me end there. Also, price might do this, because nobody knows what's going on in the market. Price might continue to do what, break this high, continue to break this high. So that's why inducement, before you can see your inducement, before you can take this setup, you need to see your inducement, and inducement cannot break this high. Inducement is just going to stop somewhere around here, then break again, not going to break high again, it's going to break low. So if we continue to see this, then we already know that this zone is not going to give us the next impulsive move. So we wait for this zone, and this zone even look nice. It has break of structure, it has inducement close to it. So the next impulsive move should come from here, and if it doesn't, then we'll use this one to sell. So that's just my expectation on USDCHF and nothing more. So thanks for watching, and share to your friends. Drop a comment if you gained something in this video, and I'll see you in the next videos. Thanks.